Hello, right, I was going to talk about Pythagoras' theorem. So this is to do with the lengths of sides on a right angle triangle. So we basically got three variables, A, B and C. A and B are interchangeable and they are basically the two shorter sides. C is always the longest side, which is called the hypotenuse, and it always is opposite the right angles. So you've got then this formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If you know that formula, all the rest is just substitution and rearranging formula. So if you're not too sure about those, go and learn those first and then come back to this. So I'm going to go through two examples because again, there's really only two things they can do with this. They can either have the unknown being the hypotenuse or the unknown being one of these two sides. So if you set this out and kind of follow this method, we have two questions here. I'm going to go through this question first and then this question. So if we write down the question, we've got here 3, 4, and the unknown is x. So we're going to then, next thing will be to identify the variables. So we know our formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we have our variables. Now a and b, again, are interchangeable, doesn't matter which way around, but they're the two shorter sides. So we can say a equals 3, b equals 4. Now in this case, c equals, we're going to call it x. Again, you can call it whatever you like. Then we're going to substitute in. So substitute. So a is 3, and we shove this in here. So we've got 3 squared plus b is 4, and we're going to put it in here, plus 4 squared equals our unknown side squared. And then we're going to basically solve it. So we have 3 squared, 9, plus 4 squared, which is 16, equals x squared. So 9 plus 16 is 25, equals x squared. So to solve that, we are going to square root. So square root of 25 equals x, so x equals 5, and that's our unknown. So you'll notice here, it's just to show you really, it's going to be the same triangle. We know the answer is going to be 4, but it's got one extra step in it. So again, we're going to identify the variables. We're going to write down our formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This time, a is 3, b, our other side, is x, and c is 5. Substitute in a squared, 3 squared, plus b squared, this time it's x squared, equals 5 squared. So this time we solve. So we've got 9 plus x squared equals 25. We're going to minus the 9 from both sides, so we've got x squared equals 25 minus 9. X squared equals 16, and then square root. So x equals 4. Okay, happy days.